Welcome back to the Transplanting Podcast. My name is Bear, joined by the lovely Daphne with her mummified earrings.
I love how you just say that like it's a question, like you didn't know. Because we just did this recording and then found out that I royally screwed it up. So this is take two.
Take two.
Take two. Okay, well, yes. Today we got Kristen with us. Kristen is a therapist, and we also met at PFLAG, the tent for PFLAG in the Portland Pride, where Bear and I were we hadn't even got a episode off the ground at that point. It was still technically in a concept phase, but I mean, I think we were a week out from starting our first episode anyway, but I don't know. Anyway, that's where we met. So, Kristen, welcome to the podcast again.
Yes. Thank you so much. I'm thrilled to be here. Thanks for having me. Again.
This feels so awkward. We just recorded this and then come find out that I messed it up. So, anyway, I feel like the audio's off just a little bit, but I don't know where. So, we're just gonna keep going. Anyway, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so let's start at the beginning, if you don't mind. Hear a little bit about your story, maybe what kind of led you into being a therapist, and kind of run that route.
All right. Thank you so much. Well, let's see. Where do I start?
It feels like we're recreating.
So, I did not always want to be a therapist. I actually kind of fell into my first career. I graduated from college, and there were some companies that were hiring on campus, and the first job I got offered, I accepted. It paid $18,000 a year back in the day.
Woo!
Yeah, which even back then was crap.
Yeah.
And did that for 12 years, realized I was just really not happy. And I had met my husband, and he said, well, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I really would like to be a therapist. But I have to go back to school and get my master's. And he said, okay, do it.
Yeah.
And so I quit my job and I went back to school. And while I was getting my master's, I had two beautiful children, one of whom is transgender, came out as transgender. The other one is also lovely. Pretty sure.
Also lovely.
Pretty sure. We think he's cis. Not totally sure. He did say that he was 25% gay, which I'm still not really sure what that means.
A hand in the basket and a hand in the bush and a hand in the bear. So come on, you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
Bear in the bush.
Because we're two in the hand.
Well, whenever I ask, he just gets this evil grin, starts laughing.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I'm gay. Only 25% though.
Yes.
This allows me to be straight and silly. Okay. Okay, so I have a kid that is trans, and this is...
Did you say half a kid?
Yes, half a kid.
Half a kid, okay.
The top half. Okay. The bottom half is not.
No, that one's actually 100% trans.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I was not ready for that.
You weren't ready.
If I had Dr. Pepper, I would have been coming out my nose on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's there. I had. Okay, well, so I cannot keep this conversation.
No.
Okay, kid, you have a kid that is trans, and this is an exciting thing for us because you, according to the best of our memory, you are the first parent of a trans kid on the show. Transparent. You're a transparent.
Yes.
So you're the first parent of a kid that's trans that is on our podcast, and I think that would be an interesting place to run with this conversation. So what is it like having a kid that's trans and supporting a kid that's trans?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's a journey for sure. At first, it was really scary because I didn't exactly know how to best support him, and I didn't know as much about gender differences as I do now. But I was really lucky because I had already started learning about LGBTQ plus folks. We had my son in a rainbow camp, which is a day camp that was run by a wonderful clinician in Houston. And at that camp, I was really surprised to see that about half of the kids there were trans.
Yeah.
Which kind of sparked me wanting to look into that population and really start working with that population.
Right.
And still, I remember talking to my husband when we went into the parent groups and saying, "Oh gosh, at least he's not trans, right?"
Yeah.
We may have a gay kid, but and lo and behold, yeah, when he was
Surprise.
yeah. My tune has changed quite a bit, but yeah. So he came out when he was 14. It was a pretty big shock. Supporting him has really been pretty easy. I think, by the time he did come out, he had been struggling emotionally so much that I was like relieved.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, okay, finally I understand. This is something we can do about it,
Right.
And so we got him an affirming therapist and got him on hormones pretty quickly and just did the best we could to learn as much as we could.
So getting a kid on hormones, it was, you're trans, so we just got to rush in and load you up with the hormones because that's what groomers do, right? That's the myth or the stigma. That's the stigma around trans parents, is that it's, we're just going to come in, we're going to chop your bits off, we're going to feed you, load you up on hormones, and we're going to screw the kid up.
Yeah.
And so is that how this process went?
Well, oddly, no. We went in and first of all, it took months to get an appointment with the doctor who prescribes the hormones because she was very much in demand because there aren't very many doctors who do prescribe hormones to adolescents. And once we met with her, he had to have a complete medical evaluation, including, hormone levels and make sure that he was okay. So it probably took all in all about 4 or 5 months to actually get a prescription. But yes, all of my clients who come in who have newly discovered that they want to start hormones are like, yeah, we want it yesterday.
Right.
And I think that's the big fear, is that there's no, oversight. There's no putting on the brakes at all when it comes to prescribing hormones for younger
Is
people.
is there limitations on that, or is it just, let's go load you up?
Yeah, no, there's definitely a process that you have to go through. And it depends on the doctors, but essentially in Houston, our experience was that you needed some kind of consultation with a psychotherapist who was educated. And then, you had to go through learning about all of the risks and sign off on that as a parent. Both parents had to sign off.
Yeah.
And then the doctors were pretty careful.
What about in the instance where a kid doesn't have multiple parents?
That's as long as this is my understanding. I'm not an attorney, but from what I understand, you need to have, if there's only one parent, then you need to have that parent's consent. But if there are two parents who have medical decision-making authority, then they both need to sign off. And that can be tricky sometimes because I have worked with teens who, their one parent is estranged. And it's very difficult then to access care.
So how do you support a kid in that situation?
Yeah. So I've had that situation. I've also had a situation where two parents are married and in the same household, but one of them is extremely non-affirming,
Right.
and the other one is. And in that case, I work with the client as I would any other teen and just say, hey, hang on till you're 18. You can make decisions for yourself then. But for now, this just isn't going to happen. So let's work on what we can do to socially transition and for you to feel more comfortable in your own space.
Yeah.
It's not ideal.
No, it wouldn't be ideal. I'm just kind of thinking through my own story and the situations that I've been in where people are just like, hey, all you got to do, just make it one more day, just make it one more day, and one more day is never enough. And so I feel like in the context of a kid that they feel what they feel, they know what step that they feel is the next thing. It's been talked about and discussed, and this probably is the best step for them, at least up to the knowledge that they have at the time. Being told, hey, hold on for this date that's years ahead, that can be just a super overwhelming thing, and I imagine actually causes a lot of harm on the kids.
Yeah. I think that's really where we do see some of this rise in, suicidality. Yeah. It's really sad. And at least if they are coming to me, they have one affirming person in their life, which makes a tremendous difference.
Yeah.
Even if it's just one parent that uses their correct name and pronouns and so forth, that can be really affirming and help the kids have hope.
Right. And we had talked to Jeff on episode 3, and Jeff was telling us that just having one supportive, basically parent drops the suicidality rate down by 40%. Just having one person.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a massive drop. What do you say about people that are arguing for conversion therapy right now? That's a big thing that they're talking about. They're trying to push it. It's going through, if I remember right, it's going through a Supreme Court case right now. So what do you say about something like that where kids can be fixed?
Yeah.
This idea that they can be fixed.
I say that's incorrect. I mean, it's just wrong. And we can look at the research. We can look at how harmful conversion therapy has been for kids. I think most states have banned it, and there's a reason for that.
What's the reason?
That it's absolutely harmful for children. I mean, it's for anybody. This is not something that they can change. This is their identity. Like, they have it or they don't, right? It's not. And what I would say to these older white men who are asking these questions and saying that is, what if you were forced to live as a woman? What if you were forced to be something that you're not? It's incredibly harmful.
Okay, so talk to me about what somebody comes to you. They are just beginning to come out, or they haven't came out yet. You get to be there at the start of this amazing journey. You get to see the growth. What does it look like when they're first coming to you and they are made probably nervous about even telling you? How does that process go? What does that look like?
Yeah, it can be really nerve-wracking for them. And I try to create a space that is welcoming and affirming, and where they can look around my office and see that there is a trans flag, that there is, have y'all heard of the blue high?
Yes,
Yeah.
We talked about it last week.
Yeah, I have a great big blue high that they can come and they can put on their lap and hug, and it's so soft. for my teens. Usually the adults don't do that, although some of them do.
For someone that doesn't know, can you explain what the blowhigh is?
Sure, the blowhigh is a stuffed shark that's created and manufactured and sold in IKEA. And it is trans colors, and so it's kind of been adopted by the community as a trans icon or trans, representation. I don't know if that's the best explanation.
I mean, it makes sense though. Yeah. It's got the blue exterior. It's got the white where the kind of edge of the mouth is, whatever. Maybe even underneath it. I don't remember. And then the mouth inside is pink. So it has all the colors.
And it's super soft, and you can put it on your lap and hug it, and it helps my clients to calm down a little bit if they're super anxious.
Yeah.
But my approach is to be excited about the gender exploration, to say, this is so cool that you're thinking about this stuff, and let's go through it together.
You don't think that's leading by coming in just so excited like that?
No. I mean, well, here's the thing. It might appear that way, but research does not tell us that you can groom a child into being something that they're not. And so being excited about whatever journey, and this is anything that a kid would come to me with.
Yeah.
If, maybe not anything, but if kids are exploring their identity, I think that's really cool. I mean, that's the time, a really great time to do it, when you're changing and discovering things about the world and about yourself. I think is just really healthy and appropriate.
I also think it's ideal to do it as a teenager, because you're catching it right as your body's beginning to change, and you're discovering who you are. And that was one of the things that has stuck out a lot to me and Bear, is that all of these trans experiences that you hear aren't intrinsically trans specific. It's a humanity specific thing. So when you go through puberty, you do get to discover who you are. As you grow up, you go find a job, and you go through all these different steps of your life, and a lot of it is discovering who you are, and so this isn't something that's just a trans thing. It's a people thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Very well said. Yeah.
Okay, so when we met you, you were at the PFLAG tent. Do you want to go ahead and talk about what PFLAG is and what it is?
I would love to. PFLAG is one of the oldest peer support organizations. It was originally created by parents of a gay child, and they were looking for extra support for themselves and for other parents who were kind of going through the same process and the same struggles that they were. And originally it stands for Parents and Friends of Lesbians and Gays, but now it's pretty much anybody on the rainbow, anybody associated with anybody on the rainbow, anybody who wants to be affirming. Yes, exactly. And I heard the other day somebody said PFLAG equals love, and it really is. It's about loving and including and supporting anybody in the community who needs that support.
Yeah. I mean, that's special, because there's so many kids that, or people in general, it doesn't even have to be kids, that are coming out and they're scared. They're scared about the world and scared families there's families that don't support. And they're dealing with this massive amount of loss, whether it's jobs that they've just lost, careers, community, faith, belief systems, spouses, kids, all these different areas that they can lose. And there's this profound loss of everything, even your identity, and you're trying to rediscover your identity, and that's such a big loss. And so having a organization that you can go to and find support is a massive value for people. Yeah.
As a parent, I think it's really valuable in normalizing the fact that your child is trans, especially because at first, growing up in the 70s, I didn't know any trans people. I didn't really know anything about it. And so,
I mean, but was anything off limits in the 70s?
True. Yeah. Well, apparently that was.
Fair. Apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah. Okay. So in the 70s.
So yeah, growing up, I didn't know anything about
Yeah.
trans people, and so a lot of people my age now are have teenagers, and that's a pretty typical time for, at least nowadays, for kids to really explore their identity and discover things about themselves that they didn't have words for before.
Yes.
Yeah. And so for parents, it can be very frightening. It was really scary for me, not because I wasn't affirming, but because I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to support my child
Yeah.
through any kind of transition. I felt lost. Like, I felt like I knew what to do with the little girl
Yeah.
because I had been one. But
Well, and I mean, you have this idea in your head of they're going to go through these steps of life, and here's kind of this path that you follow, and you've prepared yourself mentally on what challenges and obstacles are going to come up for this person, and so having all of that rerouted and shaken, the Etch-a-Sketch has been cleared. Suddenly, your pathway is completely different, and it I imagine throws you just for a big loop.
absolutely, and that's really well said. I think it's not, parents come to me and they're going through a grieving process, and some of them say, "Well, I lost my little girl, I lost my little boy," and you really didn't lose them. You've lost your expectations
Yes.
of who they are, and nothing changed except your kid gave you this gift of letting you know who they are, and
Why is it a gift?
it's a that's a that's a tough question. It's a gift because it's wonderful when your kid can come to you and say, this is who I am.
Yeah.
This is like something that I've kept secret, that I've been really scared about, but I'm going to trust you enough to let you know. And I mean, my son and I are closer today than we ever would have been
Yeah.
had he not come out as trans. And now at first I was super scared. Now I just think it's amazing. It's been such a blessing. Like, I've been exposed to things I never would have thought about,
Like what?
like being marginalized, right? I mean, or
That is interesting.
being discriminated against.
Yeah, I mean, when you're not in a community that is discriminated and you have that kind of privilege, it's a shocking experience to get to see the difference.
Yeah. I grew up as a cisgender white woman.
Christian,
Mm,
am I wrong on that?
Not so much,
Not
but
so much.
but
Just a wishton.
yeah, exactly. And we were middle class, and we had access to resources, and so I had never known. We're laughing.
Fair. The stupid shit I
Can't
say.
with you. Can't with you.
So anyway, so I had never known. I mean, I guess being a woman, I had encountered some prejudice and so forth, but
Yeah.
that was considered normal
Yeah.
back in the day. And all of a sudden, like, I'm the outsider now, especially living in Texas. When my kids were raised in Texas, and we only a year and a half ago moved out to Portland.
Yeah.
And so my neighbors, people in my community looked at me like I was doing something wrong. In fact, the attorney general said that I was a child abuser for providing my
Right.
kid, affirming care.
But then, and I mean, there's. I don't want to throw shade on anybody, but at the same time, there are the stereotypes, right? Where oh, you're the child abuser, but then you can go to church where your kid is safe, right? And it's almost ironic in a lot of cases.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. Okay, so kid comes out. You're going through the challenges of having to grow with that. What has been the biggest challenge for you?
I think the biggest challenge really was letting go of my expectations.
Fair.
Yeah. And it's it's funny though, because we all have to do that with our kids. And I told the story earlier, but my husband is an athlete, and he was convinced that our kids were going to be athletes. He was going to
Right.
throw the ball enough with them that they were going to excel at something. And we got these two kids that hate to sweat. They hate. We put them in so many sports with all the PE and all this stuff. And my oldest just wanted to pick flowers and sit in the field, and my youngest just cried the whole time.
Right.
Yeah, and so I mean, even taekwondo. Then taekwondo is basically for kids that can't play sports. So, sorry.
I thought it was they joined the band, but okay.
That too.
Oh my god. I was not ready for that. Well, so this brings in an interesting point, though, right? Is that there's a lot of expectations that parents put on their kids. It's more so. It's more than just outline for life, but there's these expectations of you are going to be this. When I was a kid, my dad told me you are going to go get a master's degree, which is interesting. My sisters, he told them that they were all going to have bachelor's degrees, and for me, he told me I had to have a master's degree. Yeah, but that was very much the expectation. There was this expectation of here's what you have to be successful, and to be, I'm going to even say worthy, in a lot of cases, right? And so it's interesting that there's this expectation of this is what I think you're going to be, as not just the path you're going to follow, but who you're going to be. And that's something that had to be let go of.
Absolutely. And it's really helped me even with my younger son, because just letting go of these expectations. For me, I was always expected to graduate from high school, go to college, get a degree, get
Right.
a job. And my youngest son isn't ready for college yet. He finished high school a year and a half ago. And so I was able to just say, okay, right, we don't have to go to college right away. That's not something that we necessarily expect you to do. And I don't think I would have been like that if my oldest had not struggled with his
What do you
gender. Just that we had all these expectations that we had to throw away.
Yeah.
That when he told us who he really was, it's like, oh, okay, then I read once, I love this, that you have to expect that your child is going to come out to you as trans at any time. And
That's interesting.
yeah, I thought that was really thought-provoking, because otherwise when it happens, you get thrown for a loop, but you can't have these expectations that your child is just going to fit in this one bucket.
Yeah. Well, and having this idea that your child is going to fit in the bucket is really harmful to the parents as well as the kids, right? I know I was having a conversation with one of my sisters, okay? And I told them, I was like, you got 4 kids, there's a chance that one of them could be in the LGBT community. And I'm not saying that it's guaranteed, but it could be a thing. They go, don't say that about my kids. And I go, I mean, there's a real possibility. There's a statistical chance that one of your kids could be in the community, and they're watching you the way that you're parenting right now. They're watching you very closely to see how you handle that and how you handle the community, because it's going to tell them if you're safe around, for them to be around. And what are you going to do when that happens? Well, that's never going to happen. Well, you don't know that it's not going to happen, but what are you going to do if that happens? I mean, it strains the relationship between them, and they may walk away and not talk to you anymore.
Right. They may not tell you in the first place.
Right.
They may not feel safe enough to let you know who they really are, which I can't imagine anything sadder than that. I don't care who my kids are or what they do. They're going to be my kids.
And you said that your son coming out to you was relieving.
Mm-hmm.
You said it was relieving. And we know how, you reacted. What about the rest of the family? How did the rest of the family react?
Great question. So my husband burst into tears, and then he got right on the bandwagon and learned as much as he could and loved the heck out of our kid. My youngest son, who's also autistic, we told him, "Hey, we got to tell you something. Your sister, your sister, it's actually your brother, and he's using this name and pronouns." And he was like, "Okay." And that was about it. Our extended families were kind of mixed. I mean, my family has always been very liberal. I think my mom had a tough time just worrying about, especially about when we decided to get him medical treatment. I think she questioned a lot of that, that he was too young and all these kinds of things. But she's come around. In fact, she plays bridge with all these old white Texas ladies, and twice a week. And she said she was there the other day, and one of her friends said, I don't get this transgender stuff. And my mom said, well, I don't really get it either, but I will tell you that I had a granddaughter who was miserable and anxious and shy, and now I have a grandson who is thriving and confident and talkative and wonderful. And her friend said, well, that's good enough for me.
I love that response. Also, I'm digging the accent.
Yeah, I can turn it on.
There's so many jokes. I'm trying so hard.
Was that why you were laughing so hard?
No, I was laughing. I was laughing just because of the just because of the accent.
That was pretty good.
I was just enjoying we're gonna have a conversation. Well, how's it going? Just bust out like Gooby.
Well, I did grow up in Texas after all.
So good.
It's actually my real accent.
Is it really?
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
Well, maybe not that exaggerated, but yeah.
I got so many desires right now. We're going to go the rest of the episode in near Texas.
You can do like when I went to Chicago for school and everybody was like, say howdy.
So I lived in Scotland for a couple of years, and they think everybody talks with a big drawl. And yeah, it's really funny because they see it that way. Like, you'll go, hey, talk American. They're like, take out the garbage. It's take out the garbage to the dumpster. Garbage can. And that's what they hear. That's what they hear from us. Which it's interesting because when I came back from Scotland, I heard it because I was over there, and when I start talking with Scottish people now, even now, my accent from there comes back. Mm-hmm. And I came back to America, and I'm like, oh my God, it's the grossest accent ever because you'll just hear everybody going like Ernest, Ernest T. Bass.
Well, I tell you what, I spent 7 years in Chicago,
Yeah.
and I came out of there talking like this.
Chicago. Don't you know?
Don't you know? That's more Minnesota.
It is, but they're not far off of each other. I guess there's Wisconsin in between.
Wisconsin.
But yeah, get some cheese.
I was going to say something about my casserole, my cheese curd casserole.
That's decent. I like that. Cheese curd
My
casserole.
cheese curd casserole.
Come on, Jenny, don't forget.
Oh my God.
Anyway, after that sidetrack. Okay, so you have a kid. They're scared to come out. They're not in a... Maybe we covered this. I don't remember. Anyway, they're not in a situation that they feel safe. We did cover this. I asked, what would you tell them? Even not in a therapeutic sense, right? They're not in your office. They come up to you. They see that you're wearing a flag, whatever, or they come up to the PFLAG tent during Pride. They show up, whatever. They come up to come talk, and they're looking for support, or they're scared. What do you tell someone like that in that position?
So if they're my client, I use therapeutic techniques and stuff like that. But if we're at Pride and PFLAG, I ask if they want a hug, and I tell them that they are loved and accepted, and that, I'll be their mom if they need it. Our house was always the safe house. My son had a lot of queer friends, and they all hung out at our house. And even since we've been here, we took in a kid that didn't have anywhere to go for a while. And I think it's really important for everybody to know that there are people who care and who will support them.
How do those people find people that care and support them?
Well, one thing they can do is go to PFLAG.
Yeah.
PFLAG, PFLAG.org.
Yeah.
You can find a chapter near you. There are virtual settings. I mean, that's a fantastic way that you can surround yourself with people, especially parents. If
Yeah.
your mom and dad or your parent isn't affirming you, come to PFLAG. We will hug you. We will talk to you and do whatever we can to.
So what does that look like? Somebody wants to come to PFLAG. There's meetings that they're coming to. Like, how do those meetings go? Like, what do they look like?
Sure. So for Portland PFLAG, they meet virtually and in person, usually once in person, or once virtually and once in person per month.
Okay.
Once you sign up for notifications on their website, a lot of times the president will actually reach out and call and invite people to a meeting, unless he's traveling or something like that. But they'll receive information about the meeting, and they can register for the online meetings, or they can just show up at the in-person meetings.
There's like a circle of chairs, and they go, "Hi, I'm Jimmy. I came out 3 days ago."
Yes.
Hi, Jimmy.
So typically for the in-person meetings, we have a speaker for the first hour, and it's always a great speaker, somebody in the community or that works for the community.
What do they talk about?
Oh, all kinds of things. I think we had one a couple months ago that was about queer history. We've had just support organizations that are starting up that come and talk to us.
We should go talk.
Well,
You should. Actually, that would be fantastic. If you want to come to a meeting.
I would do it.
Okay, I will give. Well,
I would do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll have George on the podcast, and then he can invite you
Let's do it. Let's do
to
it.
speak at our meeting. He would love it.
Yeah.
And it's very inclusive. Oh, and then after that, we have a general support circle. And then,
it is a circle.
Yeah, it is a circle. Just like you said, it's chairs in a circle.
I did not see that coming. I was just being a smartass.
And then after that, the third hour is a trans support circle. In fact, I'm supposed to facilitate or lead the trans support circle tomorrow.
Oh, there's a meeting tomorrow.
Yes, there's a meeting tomorrow.
Maybe I'll come to the meeting.
You should come.
Where is it?
I'd have to look it up.
Just send it to me.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
But it starts at 10. I probably won't be there till 11 because I have clients in the morning. But yeah, and then the trans support circle starts at 12. But it's really great. I mean, people will welcome newcomers. You're allowed to ask any questions that you might have. You're allowed to talk about what's troubling you. And it's really a cool place.
That's a good question.
yeah, I think that sounds, pretty empowering. And there's a lot of camaraderie. And are there other extracurricular events that PFLAG has all the time? Or
Yes, we table at a lot of Pride events, first of all. But there are also things like last year around the holidays, we had a queer young person's choir that sang at one of the churches, I believe it was. And I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of that group, but they were really fantastic.
Yeah.
We always have, I forget what they call it, but we have a holiday party that's queer themed. And we usually have a picnic.
You make the tree dazzle.
Yes. It's fabulous.
What?
Oh, just from earlier, 25% gay, and I'm just thinking like it's only 25%.
The top
fabulous.
25% of the tree. Everything else is black and white.
Yeah, that's what,
Everything else is black and white.
that's what popped
The
in my
star is
head.
colored though, so that's all that matters.
Yellow.
Yeah. Okay. So there's events that you guys go to, and you're trying to promote your place. Do you also have like, I don't know. I'm just thinking like queer soccer or I don't know.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
No, to my knowledge, I don't think that we offer any kind of queer sports, but I'm sure that's an option somewhere in Portland.
have an adult party where it's queer pong.
Yes. I love that idea. You should suggest that when you come speak.
Bear, yeah. See, Bear, it's like beer pong, but it's
queer
queer pong. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have these rainbow balls, and we're gonna bounce the rainbow balls into the cups. Okay, so it's queer pong. Okay, let me explain it again. So you have the. You like how I transplained that to you?
Oh, I know how to play beer pong.
No, it's not beer pong. See, okay, let's start over. It's not beer pong, it's queer pong because we have rainbow balls and we have more than red solo cups. It's all the colors solo cups.
You got to get the correct color in the
Yes, okay.
Color
So,
coordinate.
thank you. Yes, right, they got to match.
So,
I'm going to keep transplaining if you let me.
so for some reason that reminds me of college, right? Which makes me think, I'm not sure why, but that makes me think of my son. My son came out to Portland to get away from Texas
Yeah.
because
We're back on track.
It was gross. Actually, when he was looking at schools, his top two schools one was outside of Portland and the other one was in Florida. And then,
choice.
Yeah. And then the governor started the don't say gay stuff. And he was like, I can't go there. And I said, no, I applaud that. But he came, his second year of college, he was president of his diaternity. Have you ever heard of those?
No.
It's a non-gendered Greek organization. So any gender person
What's it called?
can join. It's called a diaternity.
Diaternity. Okay.
And he was president of that for 2 years. And I was thinking I should suggest queer pong, but they don't do stuff like that. Like they get to,
you know of.
well, at least the official events. I'm not saying they don't in their downtime, but the official, diaternity events are usually crafting or mug cakes or something
Yeah.
like that.
Wait, mug cakes?
Yeah,
Yum.
making mug cakes.
Yum.
Okay, I don't know what we're talking about
You
now.
don't know what a mug cake is?
Are they literally taking mud and just
No, mug.
mug cakes?
They
I don't know what
They
a
take
mug
a
cake.
mug, like a coffee mug,
Yeah.
and they put cake mix in it, and you make it in the microwave.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cake.
Is
in
that a
mug.
thing?
Oh,
And then you
yeah.
can put sprinkles on it and stuff. It's great.
Yeah, like little teaspoons and tablespoons into a mug. And, stir it up, put it in the microwave. Do you want me to translate that to you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, a microwave is this device. Yeah, mug cakes are a
Returns.
thing.
Way to go. Okay, so queer mugs, cake.
I don't think the mugs are. Well, they probably are.
It's rainbow cake.
Yes. Probably.
Yum.
Is rainbow cake good? Is that a
Yes.
thing?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell I cook a lot?
No.
Okay. Your son is in school still.
Yes.
How are they accepted, welcomed, all of that?
They have been amazingly welcomed at their school. They love it out there. Like I said, they have a dieternity, which I had never heard of before. And their group of friends is all queer. In fact, most of, well, let's see, no, two of his roommates are trans. Anyway, he's got a really good support system, and these are the nicest kids you've ever met in your life.
The hormone levels are off the charts.
Yes.
Do you think, had you not listened to your son, and let's say that, you did take an approach of, hey, let's just wait, my question is, do you think the result would have been the same? Do you think your son would have sought, the same path and journey that he chose with or without your support? Or do you think it would have been a disaster without your support?
Oh, good question.
So, to be honest, I don't think he would have made it to 18.
Oh,
He,
I understand that.
yeah,
okay.
he could not envision a future for himself. He couldn't think about college. He couldn't think about anything. And once he transitioned and was his junior year in high school, he went to a new school that was very affirming. They had this junior week where they slept at the school and went to classes and had to get themselves up and had to budget and shop for themselves and cook for themselves and stuff like that. And they also just talked about college like the whole week. And he came home and he was like, I'm going to go to college. And, I just remember, I think I cried because that was the first time he'd ever talked about the future.
Yeah,
And he said, I can see a future now, Mom.
that's beautiful.
That is very beautiful.
So yeah, I think for him, which is what made it easy to make the decision to get him medically affirming care.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think he would have made it.
I get that.
Wow.
What have you seen? Because you have people coming in, all walks of life. They're all different stages of transition. What have you seen be the most affirming thing for people? What brings them the most joy?
Yeah. That's hard to say, but I really think that the medical transition is where we see a lot of the most growth and the most joy.
Yeah.
Post-surgeries are magical. For my own kid, and I don't think I told this story this time, but he got his bandages off from top surgery on his birthday, and I was there with him. It was during COVID, and he looked at himself, and even with all the gross surgical stuff, he said, Mama, I'm a boy. And he started to cry. And I said, you've always been a boy, honey. And he was just so joyful. It was like an almost instantaneous change. It was crazy.
Yeah,
And so with my clients, I've seen a lot of that as well.
I love that.
Even just starting hormones, so even if they haven't seen any effects yet,
Yeah.
just the fact that they take their first dose of T or of estrogen or whatever
Yeah.
feels affirming to them. It feels like that validates. For a lot of my clients, they say that I feel validated now that I've started hormones.
That, and it's amazing how quickly the chemistry of your brain reacts to it, and it hits, and you just go, "Oh, I feel okay now." Like it's just everything's okay now. I got another game,
Yay!
so we're gonna try it again. It's Bear's favorite.
Yay.
All right, the game. I gotta remember what we called it. What did we call it? Find the fear.
Find the fear.
Find the fear. Okay. I try to keep it as Halloween as possible, but I don't know if it's going to be as Halloweeny as last time. What?
I'll remember to answer this time.
I'll try not to answer too fast this time.
Oh, we'll be sitting here a while.
Okay.
I'm on
so
dial-up.
the first The first fear, and for the listener people, whatever, I'm going to read out the name of a fear. We're going to start giving some clues, and the object is to find what the fear is. Okay, so first one is thanatophobia. First clue is this fear is pretty final. Every horror movie reminds them they're mortal.
Fear of dying.
Yes. After that, I was going to say they don't say YOLO, they say NOLO.
That's a good one.
Fear of dying.
Fear of dying.
Yep. Okay, next one. Hemophobia.
Fear of blood.
Blood.
Yes, good job. That was fast. Necrophobia.
Dead people.
Totally thought you were going to say something else, but I'm happy you didn't.
What was I going to say?
Philia.
That's the opposite.
I mean, teach their own, I guess, but
So happy you didn't say that.
it's not a cake for me. I'm just saying. Mascophobia.
Fear of masks.
It is.
I was going to say fear of men.
Man.
Mask.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people who have that.
That's-
Menopause. Manopause. I don't know.
Oh my God. Okay. Cataptrophobia. Catoptrophobia. That's probably it. Catoptrophobia.
Fear of maps.
No, they.
Oh, not cartographobia.
No.
No. Okay.
Catoptrophobia.
Catoptrophobia.
Yes. They'd rather, or they never say Bloody Mary 3 times. And they'll pass up every mirror selfie.
Fear-
Vampires?
Fear of
No,
mirrors.
It's just the fear of
Fear of
mirrors.
Hmm.
Yeah. Automatonophobia.
Onomatopoeia.
Yes, basically onomatophobia. Onomatonophobia. Automatonophobia.
Is it a T or a D? Auto or auto?
Auto, like a
Auto.
car.
Oh, fear of
Automatophobia.
robots. No?
Actually, that would fit into it. Yeah.
Automaton?
Yeah. It's fear of mannequins, dolls, or animatronics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
So Chuck E. Cheese brings a whole new meaning, right?
That always terrified me when my kids were little.
There's something wrong with that pizza. Don't come after me.
the Chuck E. Cheese.
Not sponsored. Don't come after me.
Okay. All right. I don't know if I know how to say this one. Sanguivorophobia? Something like that. They don't do castles after dark. Twilight, it's more like Nope Light. How about this? Garlic and steaks are their emotional support tools.
Vampires.
It is vampires. I guess emotional. Anyway, yeah, it is vampires. Fear of vampires. Somnophobia.
Fear of sleeping.
No, but I like where you're going with that. That is an actual phobia, though. They close the blinds and pretend it's November 1st. October 31 is a no-go zone. Trick-or-treaters, they trick themselves into hiding. It's
Oh
a fear
my.
of Halloween.
Oh.
Yeah, evidently that's a thing.
My brain was
That
going
rhymed.
fear of October. That's where my brain was going.
Not far off. Claustrophobia, right?
Fear of small spaces.
Fear of small
Small
spaces.
Closed and
spaces.
closed spaces.
Right. And trypophobia.
The circles
Actually, yeah, I think so.
or holes. I think
Holes.
It
A
is.
cluster of small holes or patterns.
How did you know that?
I. Well,
His toilet scares him.
this end of the building is closed.
There's patterns that emerge.
This end of the city is closed. I had worked on in EMDR, I worked on a fear of dogs, and I was just kind of researching and looking at. Well, since I'm in EMDR, is there anything else I'm afraid of? And I was just reading this list, and I remember reading fear of tiny holes. I'm like, what? No way! And it's just that pattern. You know, it's just. So I learned of that just trying to work through my own issue and fear, and had some success. I'm able to coexist with dogs because I recognize, they become part of your family. They're fantastic service animals, and who am I to say that your pup has to go chill in the other room because I'm present?
Oh, I will say that. I will totally say that 100%.
Yeah, that is definitely a you thing, but I recognize that to make it a me thing for Bear to coexist, I jumped into EMDR, which led me down this rabbit hole of looking at a bunch of different fears.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I do remember that one, fear of holes, and I'm like, oh, poor pasta. You know, like,
Pasta.
yeah, you think about all the little circles and the holes of any pasta.
I mean, technically, isn't that like an ellipsis or something along those lines?
Well, to me, it's like abstract art, but it's the pattern of a bunch of tiny little holes. I think of pasta for some reason.
Okay. I'm
Like rigatoni, all standing up, and you just.
Why's
got
it got to
this
be
pattern of
Tony, huh?
holes. Rigatoni.
Yeah, so why's it got to be Tony? What are you doing?
It's the pasta, not the person.
Rigatoni.
What are you rigging them to, huh?
In the sauce.
Well,
Anyway.
I love that you did EMDR. I am
Yeah.
certified in EMDR, and it has helped so many of my clients, and it's helped me too.
Yeah.
I've done it myself. So, working with the LGBTQ plus population, there's a lot of trauma.
There's a lot of trauma.
Yeah, and so that was something that I got certified in during the pandemic, and I love it.
Does everybody have trauma?
Yes. I mean, the short answer, yes. I would say there are big T's and little T's. You know,
Yes.
the big T trauma is things like, assaults or gun violence or, natural disasters. We lost our house in a flood in Houston.
Oh, wow.
There was some trauma there for my whole family. But there's also little T's, which are just little things that hit you the wrong way or erode your self-esteem, comments from parents, comments from teachers.
Church.
Yeah, church. There's a lot of religious trauma that I see in the trans population and in general.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Kristen, thank you so much for coming on the podcast again.
Yes.
Since I messed up the last one gloriously. Although, you know what? I'll still probably release it anyway and just call it a bonus episode. So, I mean, they're just, I don't know, I wasn't going to, but I felt like this was just a completely different conversation. There was a little overlap, but for the most part, it was different, I
It
think.
was.
So,
Yeah.
I still enjoyed it. It took us a little bit to get into it, but yeah, I enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it too. Thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed it both times, but I do think I was a little more on the first one. So
I was too.
if you haven't listened to that, go for it.
We're going to release the bonus episode before the actual episode.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
And then thank you to listeners of the Podience, I should say. You can find us on...
Dork.
Huh?
You're such a dork.
Okay, well, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, as well as Spotify and YouTube. If you would like to be a guest on the pod, you can email Daphne at transplantingpodcast.com, or you can visit the website, transplantingpodcast.com. And we look forward to, hearing from you, all of our viewers, the Podience, what I like to call you. And as always, welcome to the family. More.